So if you didn't know by now, I used to look like this, and now I look like this. So I'm trying to get back to that. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm going to do it, step by step, every day. Just follow along in this series. You're going to get healthy. Promise. Let's go. All right, the first thing is supplements. And look, do you have to take supplements to be as healthy as possible? No, but there's a caveat. You have to be eating tons of nutrient-dense foods. And so since most of us are not, supplements are a good way to fill the gaps between what you should be getting and what you're not getting. So instead of taking supplements blindly, I know where my deficiencies lie. You can go take tests to see, like you can do an MRT test right here if you wanted to see where your deficiencies are. So what I do, oh, this is the wrong bucket. That's for my night stuff. Tune in later and you'll get to see my night stack. So let's see, we got PQQ, which is really good for your heart. Got to keep that heart muscle working. Otherwise, how are you going to give a shit? Let's see. I don't take everything that I have. NMN, really good for cellular energy, heart health as well. Oh, I need to take 2 of those. And B vitamins. Am I out of B vitamins? Oh no, we'll take this. This is organs, dehydrated organs with a bunch of B vitamins, iron, minerals, stuff like that. I know that look crazy, but the serving size is 6. Let's go. Oh, and if you want to actually know what your deficiencies are, the MRT test, one of my friends does it. She's a nutritionist. The link's right here. I'm not sponsored. I don't get any money. I'm not trying to sell it to you, but that's in case you're interested. It's expensive as fuck, okay? So only do it if you're serious. Otherwise, here's a free list of the top 10 typical deficiencies, so you can at least work on statistical probability that you'll fall into one of those categories, right? And they're good for you anyway. Cheers. All right, so we went over the first step. Supplementation, or filling in your nutritional gaps if you need it, or just increasing nutrition through vegetables, nuts, and seeds, right? That's the first tip, is just increase your nutritional value in some form throughout the day. Easy. Next thing is movement, especially first thing in the morning. And you're thinking, oh, but I wake up at 5 to go to work. Wake up at 4:15 and walk for a few minutes. Stretch, stretch, walk, stretch. Those words are easy. The actions of them are pretty easy too, so just walk and do it, you know? Just do it. Now, normally I would walk outside, but I'm a little bitch, and it's super cold outside, so I really didn't want to do that. So I have a gym that's pretty close to me that I went to, but treadmills are like, you can get these like super cheap ones that are on the floor that you can add in your house. I don't have a link. I'm not selling you shit. I'm just saying, like, there are options just in case you don't have access to a gym close to you, or it's super cold where you're at. There's ways. You just have to find ways if you really want to do it. That's why this tip is so high up there, because movement is the key. Whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to be as healthy as possible, stagnation's never the key for anything good, right? So I was letting myself go a little bit because I was focused so much on building these 2 businesses that I have going on that I would feel so guilty for not putting my all into those businesses, you know, because the little baby's coming. And I felt like a piece of shit if I wasn't putting my all towards that. But I had an epiphany that, because I would always think to myself, I'd be like, okay, when this gets done, I'm gonna just make sure I go to the gym regularly. Okay, well, when I finish this part of the business, oh, well, when I get this client. And literally I would justify it and rationalize why I'm pushing off the gym, until 4 months went by and all those things on my to-do list, all 874 of them, were done. And I was still making excuses like, oh, well, this has to be done before I start a program, of course. Oh, but I have to do this. Until I was like, all right, I got to make a deal with myself. Like, no matter what happens, I have to at least do 30 minutes of movement, no matter what happens. And the best way for me to do that is in the morning. Maybe that works for you. Before everything happens, before the kids wake up, before you have to go to work, before you have the tired slump of excuses the rest of the day. Just get it done. Get the movement. So my deal is, I can't work on my business until I work out, until I get that movement. That way, my justification for maybe getting up earlier to start is now, okay, well, since I made that deal with myself and I don't back out, like, it forced me to get back, and I'm already seeing a difference. So in my morning routine, or whatever you want to call it, I'll make sure I'm hydrated with some mineral water, some lemon water, some electrolyte water. I mean, electrolytes are minerals, but you know there's a big difference, right? Because hydration is not necessarily just about how much water you drink. It's actually about your minerals that you consume. Are you hydrated on a cellular level? Especially for those of you who work in the heat, work in construction, have day jobs where you are sweating a lot, moving a lot. And believe it or not, if you have a job where you're speaking a lot, did you know that you actually lose some of your minerals the more you speak? It's crazy. It's crazy. So sweating, pissing, speaking, and shitting, just losing tons of minerals. So you got to replenish them. You got to replenish them. And my advice to you is get mineral drinks or hydration drinks or electrolyte drinks that do not have sugar. Because if you're watching my channel, I'm assuming you're trying to keep trim, keep in shape, potentially lose some weight, get healthy. And my advice is keep the calories from the drinks that you consume to a minimum. And if you're interested in learning more about weight loss, getting healthy, and you want to do one-on-one, there's a link somewhere that is going to show where you can meet up with me to see if we're a good fit. You didn't do it yet. I was waiting. We're still not talking. Hurry up and click the link. I'm just kidding. You don't have to do, you can do whatever you want. But if you want to get more of my advice, that's where to go. So did you live up to your promise today that you made yourself a while ago, that you were going to do something? Maybe it's start your business. Maybe it's work on it. Maybe it's research. Maybe it's going to the gym. Maybe it's eating healthier. Maybe it's drinking water. So that's what I'm doing today. Is I'm keeping my promises to myself, and I'm reminding you that you could probably do the same. So the next thing after morning cardio that I promised myself was foam rolling and Theragun, because I feel better every morning that I do it. I feel more loose, I feel good, I just feel not tight. I'm 30, believe it or not. I know you wouldn't have guessed that. I'm 30, I'm old, so I gotta keep moving. And if you wanna be agile and freaking able to do that stuff when you're 30, you should follow along with what I do, because I'm proof of it. That was a gamble, bro. I didn't know that I could do that this early in the morning. I'm glad it worked out. That was first take. Oh, that could have been my knees, boy. Even if you don't feel like you have time, just make a little bit more time. Dig into your Netflix time, dig into your wake up time. Find somewhere to get yourself some movement, some stretching. Look, I foam roll, you don't have to, obviously, but I think it's important. Movement is key, though. It's what keeps you lively, it's what keeps you vibrant. Without maintaining movement, how do you expect your organs to function? They're all moving entities within yourself, so it doesn't make sense to me that you would think that you could be stagnant and your body still work properly. So make that commitment to yourself. I know it's December and you're thinking the holidays, but it's like, bro, there's 2 holiday parties, a shitty family gathering, and Christmas. There's still 2 more weeks of other days worth of time that you could just come to the gym and not eat like a piece of shit. Don't be a jackass to yourself. Like, you gotta respect yourself more. I don't know why I respect you more than you do. That's crazy to me. Like, that should make you mad. That should make you mad at yourself for me respecting you more than you do. So in case you follow me and you didn't know, the reason why I was able to jump up there, listen, I've been training a long time. I've been keeping my body healthy, and check this out. This is when I was on American Ninja Warrior. And yes, I did fall completely. Reason for that is because I wasn't exactly, what is the reason? I don't know. I tried to do a bodybuilding competition at the same time, but I told that story again on this video right here. You can check that out. Told the full story of what happened. It's fun, but it shows the power of not splitting your attention too deep. I was training tirelessly for a bodybuilding competition at the same time I was training for American Ninja Warrior, and your body does have limits, man. I mean, your body is super powerful, but that was pushing two super extremes that didn't necessarily cross. And so the point of that, for you to take home, is not to overwhelm yourself. I'm not sitting here telling you that you need to go jump fucking 5 feet, because statistically, you're probably not black. I am half, so statistically I'm like 50% more than you, so you can't do that. I'm just kidding, I'm totally kidding. No, you don't have to go crazy like that. The point is that you have to start somewhere. And if you can make a promise to yourself that even for just 10 minutes in the morning, you take a walk, 10 minutes when you get home, and then 5 minutes after dinner, that's it. And that's a good start. Then maybe 2 weeks go down, you get that every day, you get your commitment, and you get your trust back in yourself that you can, in fact, live up to your own promises. Since I'm assuming you've probably broke a lot of promises to yourself in the past. You can build back your trust within yourself and start hitting it harder. Go to the gym to lift some weights, to resistance train, maybe jog, maybe go for a bike ride. It doesn't really matter what you do, truthfully. Shit, yoga, tennis, bocce ball. I don't know. Whatever the fuck you want. Just move, man. When you foam roll, you're supposed to go slow over the parts where it hurts. If you guys are foam rolling at home, or if you're watching this and you're sitting there on your ass, why don't you foam roll with me? If you're in your car, don't change the channel because I called you out. It's okay, you're in the car. You're doing something good. At least you're not listening to fucking Ice Spice or some shit. Oh, this hurts. Okay. Now it's time for the crotchal region. Right here, that inner part, it's awkward, but we're gonna do it. I'm telling you, 20 minutes movement in the morning, 10 minutes of foam rolling. Or get yourself like a lacrosse ball or something and roll out some of your knots. Get a Theragun. Not the brand, fuck the brand. But I'm just saying, like, get a massage gun. There are way cheaper ones. I'm not here to sell you nothing except for yourself. I would rather sell you on yourself, because then you do better and you think of me when you think of your own improvement, and I would rather you have a good experience here than feel like I'm selling you something. I've been in social media for about 8 years now, and I can still count on my hand how many brand deals I've taken. Okay, it's not very often that I will do that. The reason why isn't just because I don't want to sell my soul for a check, but the reason why is because I feel like the trust that I build with you will be more lucrative for me in the future. And I'm just being honest. Like, since I have not sold my audience anything up to this point, or very rarely, I feel like now that I'm promoting my own training, I feel like you're more likely to buy it because I haven't just sold my soul for a bag to fucking bang or some bullshit like other influencers have. We're not naming names, but I'm just saying, I haven't just dropped some weird shit on you. I've just been dropping funny content or fitness content for free for years. And I'm glad because I think it paid off. I'm seeing the interest. I'm seeing your comments. And I'm appreciative of y'all, but I'm appreciative that I didn't sell out. So trust when I bring a brand up, it's not because I'm trying to sell it, and I will tell you when I do, but nothing now, just me. Cheers. All right, let's go. So every day I'm going to be talking about a slightly different topic, or I'll try to vary up the information. But I got to be honest, like, fitness is not that complicated. Losing weight is not that complicated. And so you'll hear a lot of things oftentimes repeat itself, right? Because I know there's a lot of shitfluencers out there, V-Shred, fuck him. Like, he'll make it seem like there's this complicated thing that you have to follow in order for you to lose weight or you to get your goals, because now he can capitalize on that because he thinks that you as the audience is stupid, and he thinks that if you see him say there's only one way to do it, you have to believe him because look at him, he's shredded. There's so much fitness information out there. It's regurgitation over and over again of the same principles wrapped up in a different package. So keto and carnivore and bodybuilding and intermittent fasting, all of them at the core foundational principles. When you lose weight, it's calories in versus calories out. Whatever of these diets you follow, if you are burning more calories than you're consuming, you will therefore lose weight. Also, if you're eating a higher percentage of your protein a day than the rest of your macronutrients, then you're more likely to retain and preserve and possibly build muscle while losing weight, while in a deficit. There's a possibility. Some people say they do it all the time. Some people say it's harder. And what I think it is a level of intensity. So maybe the person who actually succeeded in the recomposition, which is more muscle, less fat, they really trained hard. They really hit the weights and they did progressive overload. So that means frequently increasing the weights or increasing the reps over time or increasing the sets. And then they really hit hard on the protein, right? So that means every meal they were getting 30, 40, 50 grams of protein and consistently doing that over a period of time while maintaining their cardio and doing, right? It's possible. I've done it. This was me when I first started on January 4th, 2022. And then this is April 5th, 2022. I did that. So lost like 20 pounds worth of fat. Maybe, I don't know exacts, but you can clearly see I lost fat from this point. And I also am a little bit more full, more round. My muscle bellies are tighter, or my muscle bellies are more full and round. Crazy, right? It can be done, it's intense. And it can be done a multitude of ways. I will never say my way is the best. But if you want to learn more about my way, you can hit the links and stuff, all that stuff, I'm there for it. If you need some help, I would love to help you on your journey. So we're going to the next step. What to eat pre-workout? Well, that depends on what your goals are. Depends on where you're starting and where you want to go, right? So for me, I'm trying to build or retain some muscle, all while losing fat and getting lean. So I want my daily calorie count to be a little on the deficit side, and I want my protein to be as high as I possibly can. Now, because I'm on a time crunch, as you might be trying to get to work or trying to get your kids to school or whatever you have going on in your life, there's a fitness plan for you. And so I will have a lot of protein prior to the gym. And maybe this was walnut milk. So a little good fats, because I personally am on a high fat, low carb, high protein diet. So I like to keep my mind sharp, and that's what works for me. So if you are doing carbs, which is totally fine, I would recommend, just like John Meadows said, to have your carbs timed around the workout, whether that be before or after or both. That would be a good time, especially with protein. Most important part is that you feel fueled, you feel energized, and you do what works for you. So you might have to go through a trial run. For me, I know that I feel better all day when my carbs are a little lower and my fat's a little higher and my protein is high. I feel just charged and ready. If that's me. Speed chug.
Bruh.
So what should you take pre-workout? Well, here's what I do. Creatine. Great for muscle recovery, muscular hydration. 5 grams of creatine is actually, there was a study done that prevents neurodegeneration, which means Alzheimer's, dementia, lowers your chances of getting those diseases older if you have enough creatine in your body. Now, you can get creatine naturally in red meats, but if you don't eat red meat, or if you don't get access to a lot of quality red meat a lot, I would suggest adding creatine to your day. The next thing I do, you don't have to, is tyrosine. Really good for brain function, mood, focus. I don't often, especially I just had a protein shake. I don't think you really need EAAs as much as people think you do. But I am in a deficit, a calorie deficit, which means my calories are lower than what I'm burning because I'm trying to get lean. You know, I'm trying to get back to shredded because I look like this. And I like to add them just to make sure as a precaution. And I had them. Now my pre-workout. I just had some coffee, so I won't do a whole lot. But it is morning time, so I want to make sure that I actually kill my workout. If this was closer to night, I would have had no caffeine and just strictly a pump. Okay. I guess I'm out of my pump formula, so I'll just use citrulline. Now, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, but I think they're great brands. So my creatine is NutriBio, and a lot of my other stuff is Cutler Nutrition. Shout out Cutler. Shout out Jay Cutler. He's a G. I'll take some of that. Citrulline helps with blood flow. When we say pump, we need blood flow, and blood is, let's see, how do I say this without sounding like a nerd? When you move, blood moves. When you take this, blood move more with oxygen, make you bigger muscles. Got it? Simple. And over time, the theory is that you continually build more, especially if nutrients and oxygen is circulating through your body. That's the theory. I feel good with it. I love looking at myself in the mirror. Where was I going with that? I thought about myself in the mirror. I love looking at myself in the mirror with a pump because I feel like I will get more reps when I see myself so jacked. It looked like I had a syringe there.
FBI, open up!
But I don't do drugs, kids. Anyway, that's my pre-workout meal. Or pre-workout. See you at the gym. This is day 3 of my full body workout, and this is a lower focus day. They say that if you don't fear your workouts, you're probably not training hard enough. And I'm a little nervous. It's squats, and everybody hates squats, right? I mean, I don't know anybody who loves them. But whether you like it or not, you just got to do the necessary work, and that's what we're about to do. About to do the necessary work. And I'm looking forward to the version of me that I'll be after I get done with it. That's the real important part. So I used to look like this, and now I look like that. I'm on a journey to get back there. I know how to do it, but I want you guys to come with me as I show you how I'm gonna do it. Now, if you've been following along so far, you know it's day 3. I'm gonna just take you through my full body split. We're gonna see how it goes. Let's do it. Feel it out. See what you're feeling. See what you're doing. I don't know how to do this one. Oh shit. My camera girl says this contraption looks sketchy, so if I die, just know it's doing something I love. I think it feels pretty good. Minimal rests in the beginning, the warm-up sets. This is the first working set, and we got 4 of them bitches. Oh, I'm leaning forward. Hold on. Gotta correct your form, right? Think that's better? We'll check the tapes. So I hadn't squatted this heavy in a minute, so I figured I'd ask the person that I thought had the best squat at the gym, the strongest squat. She's gonna spot me, make sure I don't die. It's key, it's critical. I don't wanna die. I'm gonna go for 8. And also, if my form gets weak, coach me, tell me I'm fucking up, tell me it looks ugly. Yeah, she got me. Oh, damn it. Oh, shit. Oh, my goodness. Oh, come on. Oh. Come on. Oh my goodness, this hurts. Oh. One more. Oh. Appreciate you, thank you. So Stella, my camera girl, asked like, why are you going raw with that much weight? And I was like, look, listen, not real shit. First of all, I don't go heavier than I think I can handle. Number one, safety first. Ego should be your last priority. But the more important reason is because I actually don't have, knock on some wood, I don't have knee problems, joint problems, or anything like that, because my inflammation is pretty low, right? My diet is spectacular. I eat very little carbs, I eat very little, more so I don't eat a lot of inflammatory foods. So I feel good, my knees and joints feel good. That's actually one of the reasons why I prefer a lower carb, higher fat diet like the keto diet. And when I say keto, people are like, oh, so you eat butter and bacon all day? No, absolutely not. I eat nuts and seeds, meat, eggs, vegetables, some berries, not a lot, and good quality fats like avocado, nut seeds. I said that already, but and olive oil. That's my diet. So almost think of it like a pseudo-Mediterranean diet, if you will. That's what I prefer, that's what I feel best on, and one of the benefits that I forgot to mention along these tips, I'll add this one in, is eat for the purpose of lowering your inflammation, which means more nutrient-dense, high-quality foods, less processed foods. You notice a lot of people have issues, gut issues, joint issues, heart, brain, fog, all that stuff. It's stemming from, a large portion of it stems from the inflammatory foods that you intake. So if I could pass anything along to you guys, please just take that advice. The sugar and the processed foods, and people say chemicals are bad, right? Everything's a chemical, but when we speak about chemicals, we know, the smart people in the group know that we're talking about the extra garbage that you don't need. When people say chemicals, that's what they mean, but they forget the nuance of saying, well, technically water's a chemical, right? So, well, chemicals aren't, right? The smart people are following me, so we get it. Let's go to the next set. All right, I lowered this one, not because I'm a bitch, but because I appreciate depth, form, and contraction more than I do ego. And also my buddy's working out and I don't want to interrupt her again. So we're just gonna do this for full contraction and I don't want to die, so there you go. Okay, hold on. And see, if I had 3 plates on that bitch, I might have died just then. Oh, before I forget, I had a question. Do you guys have some napkins? It's about to get soaked. Does it look like I skipped legs from this angle? What about that angle? Is that better? You can keep that part in too. See the importance of angles and lighting, kids. See, I'm squeezing to fail. Like I couldn't even go up on that one as high. One more solid one. Okay. Good stuff. Right on to the next. Till failure, come on. One more. No, no break. We're going right into the superset. Oh, my elbows keep wanting to turn out. God damn it. Maybe I gotta lower it too. I feel like if you can't properly do the thing, you gotta lower the weight. This is still pretty heavy. Good. That's a little better, but maybe I'm just fatigued. That's all I had. That's really all I had. Is it? No. I think I have more. Oh, okay, that one with the slow contraction down. Or a slow eccentric down. Oh, okay, that was it, yeah. So I was noticing a lot of people in the gym, and you can see, like, you see them for months and years at a time, and you don't really see them change that much. And it's kind of funny at first, but like, if they're not changing, that means they're not getting fatter. And not getting fatter is still change. I think it's progress, right? Because you're not regressing, at least. So hit me up for one-on-one coaching where I'll make your plan for you. I'll make your nutrition, your workout, all that stuff, and you'll have me for accountability. Look, because let me talk about this for a second. You can Google workout plans for free, okay? You can Google nutrition plans for free. You can watch YouTube videos for free where they will break down everything perfect for you. Alex Hormozi has something. Greg Doucette has something. Johnny Shreve and what's his name? Jeff Nipper. They all have stuff that's like free. So you don't have to pay for the knowledge. But what I do like about training is that you're paying for the accountability. So if you want me as an accountability partner, accountability coach, that's part of what honestly, that's most of what the charge is for. Because you could Google this shit. Like I had to go to school and I had to study for like a decade to get where I'm at with the knowledge to apply it in simple terms for me to understand and for me to use every day, right? But you can Google that. All that information is available. It's 2024, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's there. So that's why, like, if I ever sell a plan or something like that, like the regular plans, they're super cheap because you can get it from anybody. You're just paying for my logo and to be on my monthly team, right? Just to be a part of a group. But, dude, Google it. If you have $0, watch my stuff for free and Google it. It's free. Anyway, enough stalling. Just get right into it. Does this angle make me look like I have legs? Because I have those tall, lanky legs where, like, if you catch me at certain angles and certain lightings with certain shorts, you're like, damn, look at those legs, daddy. But then, like, if you catch me at another angle, it looks like I legit have chicken legs. So we got to be careful. I'm working hard to make it to where at 3D, no matter where you look, I have legs. That's the goal. Like Sam Sulek, that dude has some crazy legs. I actually, even in his sweats sometimes though, he looks like he doesn't, but when he has the shorts on, I'm like, oh shit, I was just not expecting him to have meat like that in his lower body.
Bruh.
Pause. But, yeah, kudos. That was a partial, but still, hold on. That was it, let's go. So this is a really good teaching moment. No matter where you are, you can improve. If you've been following this whole time during day 3, you notice I didn't really stretch my upper body that much this morning. And here I am, and I just pulled, and I like something tight, like I caught a cramp when I flexed, and I turned a certain way. Dog, I could have prevented that by not being an idiot. Even now, when I'm teaching people this stuff, and I look decent, right? Look, I have credibility. I used to look like this, and in this, but we could all learn something. I have a coach. I have somebody who guides me with macros, you know? Because you can always be better. That's why I have training available, because, you know, for all the people that don't know as much as me, I would love for people to have that knowledge available. Damn, I can still feel it a little bit up there. It's crazy. There it is. Okay. One more. I should have went slower on that eccentric, but that was it. I can't stress this next tip enough. Do some type of resistance training. It doesn't have to be weights. It can be with your body weight. It can be with the wall. It can be with weights or ankle weights or resistance bands, any of it. You want to have more muscle mass, not just for the looks, not just to be aesthetic, like a gym Jesus or something, but shout out Brandon Carter for that one. But it's so you prevent diseases later. There was tons of study done. For one, actually play this short real quick.
What is one critical factor in the survivability of all cancers? Do you know what that is?
I would think age, but maybe muscle mass.
It's muscle.
Guessing. Okay.
It's muscle, irrespective of the kind of cancer. It does. That's very important. It doesn't matter what kind of cancer an individual has. Their survivability is increased with their muscle mass.
See, wasn't that crazy? I'm not going to repeat it because she said it perfect, but still, it also helps with preventing injuries for the elderly later. I've talked about this in a past video, but the more muscle mass you have, the less likely you are to be injured in the future because your bones actually become more dense as you do resistance training. Therefore, prevents bone breaks, right? There's whatever percentage of people who actually die from breaking bones in later years in life. And that maybe would have been prevented with more muscle mass. So if you can manage to prevent your muscles from breaking down by way of eating more protein and training more, you're doing good. You're doing good, you know? I'm getting tired out. Something I used to do. A little drop set to failure. Was that failure? Damn. I guess that was failure. I was gonna bend my back out and like do one of these if I kept going, so that's done. This is a good ankle. Damn, was that really failure, bro? What the fuck? That felt like a different type of fatigue. Like I just like quit. What the fuck was that? All right, come on, let's do it. This was just too heavy. That didn't count. That didn't count. I tried to bring it all the way up, but there it is. Come on. What up? You said sneak it up on the cheeks? Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. I hope my legs look good from that angle. Oh, come on. This is my last set, my final drop set. Come on. I think this is what OnlyFans girls feel when there's multiple cameras looking at their cheeks. I think that you are allowed to be racist if the joke is funny enough. Okay, hear me out. I'm like 4 different races, so I have a pass for like 4 different colors of things I can say, right? But I say, if you're not a certain race, having 4 of them checked off myself, I give you the pass so that if it's funny enough, bro, fucking say it. You know what I mean? Like, I think comedy's the ultimate pass. I mean, yeah, closeness of the person, like if you know the person, you're like, oh, do I got the end pass? Like, whatever, bros. I don't give a shit. It's As long as you're making money or getting fit or something, as long as my life gets better because you're in it, sure, say it. I don't give a fuck. But if you're just some dude on the internet and you make me laugh, that's a pass. That's a pass. Like, I think Matt Rife could say it. Matt Rife is funny as fuck. He could say it. Matt Rife probably has turned a lot of gay dudes, a lot of straight dudes gay too. He's a good-looking dude. What was I saying again? I'm just... And no, I do not have a bald spot right there. I had surgery and they actually cut open my head. See that right there? That's not a design. I had a craniotomy, which is they removed precancerous cysts when I was a baby. So I have a fucked up hairline, which is usually why I wear hats. For anybody in the comments, like, oh, why is his hairline falling back? He's all... No, I just have a little patch right there. Otherwise, you see those fucking waves, bro? Do you see the... Could you imagine the bitches I used to get because of these fucking waves? Bro, it's crazy. So my camera person just felt my lumpy ass head, right? And that is the reason why I cannot go bald, which is ultimately the reason why I stopped bodybuilding, because in order for me to be competitive, I would have needed to take a copious amount of anabolic vitamins. Now, I'm not saying I never have, but dabbling is different than like really pushing it. And to be honest with you, it wasn't worth it. So for those of you considering anabolic vitamins, don't. You don't need to. I got this jacked naturally, and I got this jacked naturally. I got this jacked with TRT, but I'm also 30 and old as shit, and it's through a doctor. I literally have a doctor, actually the one that works with me on my nutrition side. He's a functional medicine practitioner, and he prescribed it to me. So, there you go. Don't do drugs, obviously. But that's why I don't, personally, because I am so afraid of losing my hair. I actually don't know what I would do if I did, because my hairline and my head is lumpy as fuck. I have holes in my head. You see that shit? That's like a hole right there. You see that in the light? Can you see it? Ooh. Those looks wobbly and janky. Control the weight. I was not doing that just now. Control it. Get an intentional squeeze. Don't be a gym deuce and always take off your shirt, but I just want to have a transition for later, and I'm yelling and raising my voice. Not for you at home, but for the people in the gym next to me so I don't look like an idiot. It's for a transition, okay? All right, let's do this. See, I'm not that lean right now, but in a few more reps, you're about to see my crazy transformation. Watch this. Did it work yet? Okay, watch this. Nothing? What about now? I don't want to finish, but we gotta. See, anybody can come to the gym when they're excited, right? But the real progress is made when you keep going when you don't feel like it. This is right now. I genuinely don't feel like it. One more, come on. I know my legs aren't straight. Fuck off. Yeah. I was just trying to get some ab contraction. I noticed towards the end of this workout, I was really feeling more fatigued. And it's because I gave it my all on my squats. And that's like it's such a solid compound workout. You're stressing your body out, man, when you do squats. That's why it's the king. So these are some things I wish I knew about post-workout a little earlier. So post-workout, you always think, oh, it's the golden hour. You got to get 45 minutes right after, at least you got to get some whey protein in your system. Okay, bro, like what were the jacked Greek aesthetic gods doing before whey protein came out, and before they knew about timing, and before freaking Copernicus cared about your anabolic window, right? What were they doing? All right, so think logically. So now we know different. Now we know that that's not exactly all the way true, right? We know that what matters more is your daily protein intake, right? What matters more is about how much protein we consume at a time, and frequency, right? So let's say you train fasted. You wake up, you go to the gym, now you're home, you got to eat something. That would be the time where you need to get a little something in, probably like, okay, let's get something in faster. But if you're not doing that, if you're just kind of training and eating good protein throughout the day, every 2 to 4 hours, you're getting 30 to 40, 50 grams of protein, whatever it is that fits your body weight, fits your macros. That's the more important thing. So for me, I enjoy steak and eggs after a workout because it's the most tired I'm going to be through the day. You know how it is, right? You get immediately done with the gym, you feel exhausted, but then once you get that meal, you rest for a second, you feel refreshed. That's what we're going for. So this is the time I'm more likely to want to cook a fresh, hot meal. So what I'll do is steak and eggs. Why? Well, there's a lot of choline, a lot of neuroprotective benefits, some CLA, the nutrients, and all these other fucking terms that you don't care about. There's just a bunch of micronutrients, okay? Bunch of macronutrients. Good fats, good protein. Keep it simple, stupid. It doesn't have to be the specific thing, right? Everybody's like, you have to eat this exact specific meal at this time every day, right? If you're following a plan, I understand that, and they'll just say, like, I'll do that. Like, we're just like, hey, at 7 o'clock, have 40 grams of protein from this source and then this. If it's 5:50 and you want to have that meal, or if it's 7:20 and you want to have that meal, cool. Just do that, right? You don't have to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. If your plan calls for 200 grams of protein, that's 5 meals at 40 grams each. If for some reason one of those meals had 35 grams and the other meal had 55, it's okay. It's okay, I promise, man. It's just, there's so much more nuance to it. The much more important thing that you need to worry about is how consistent you are with doing these things every single day. Like, did you get about enough protein every day for the last 2 years? And based on the fact that you're watching this video, looking for knowledge, I assume you didn't. So this is me telling you now that future you is reminding you, like, yo, be consistent. Ooh, that's such a sexy sound. The meat slapping and the sizzle. Now it's uneven times, and that was stupid. I should have put it all in at once. And they're not exactly cut at the same length. There are a million and one ways to cook steak. If this isn't how you do it, now you know another way. Put a little oil at the top. Just a little. Let it sizzle, and then we flip that shit. That was almost so good. You're not eating this, so don't fucking judge me. I don't care. And yes, I'm using a paper plate. You might be asking yourself if I care about the environment, and I do. But I'm gonna admit something that you're too afraid to say. I care a little bit more about my time at the moment, and I don't want to do a bunch of fucking dishes. So if I want to eat off of a paper plate, just freaking let me. Look, I made up for my dent in the ozone by buying Handsome eggs. I'm not sponsored by them. Don't buy them. Just buy. Actually, you know what? This is a good health tip. A final health tip. My meat, all of it, is grass-fed, clean stuff. Okay. I cannot stress this enough about the quality of the food you eat. And I know it's like it can get expensive, but if I could stress about certain foods like eggs and red meat, those are the ones that I would put a little bit more money into. And if for some reason you are broke and you cannot handle higher tiers of meat, what I would recommend you do is look at your Starbucks receipts. And if at the end of the month you spend a good amount of money on Starbucks or some shit, I'd probably end up like lowering that fund and put it towards your meat. Because I don't know about you, but I want to live a long time and I want to be healthy. I want to have good blood sugar levels. I want to have good hormone levels. And there's enough evidence out there to show that like the quality of your food matters a lot. And obviously, if you have a local butcher near you, which most of America lives in rural areas, fuck, that was hard to say. Most of you guys have access to that, so if you can buy locally, that's awesome. I would do that. But what your food eats, you eat. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me slow it down. What your food eats, you then eat. So if your food is getting fed fucking garbage, you are therefore eating garbage. It's not like it magically disappears once the animal eats it. It's like you gotta be cautious about where they are coming from, right? So Eggland's Best Eggs is garbage. I would not be eating that shit if you can. If you can avoid it, all right? But Eggland's Best Eggs, I would argue, is better than you eating McDonald's. Okay? I did not do a good job of cooking these eggs. I'm not gonna lie. This is not my best work. As you're driving by food places to eat, you're thinking, okay, I'm hungry, what do I eat? One of the things that helps me get through my cravings of fast food, because yeah, every now and again I still like to think about it, but I haven't had any fast food really in a decade. And the reason why is because I look at McDonald's and Burger King, I look at it the same level of option as I do Jiffy Lube, right? Like an oil change place, a car change. Would you eat there? Would you eat a tire or oil? No. So just think of it in your mind the same level of I'm not going to eat that, right? Because think of it like it's not an option, and you'll likely do better. And if you're prepared, you have a lot of food, active, ready at home, good stuff. If you meal preps, like in yesterday's video, then you are more likely not to spend more money on garbage food that you don't need. Now what we're going to do is add some hot sauce, because I just fucking love hot sauce with stuff. 0 calories. And it just makes stuff taste so good. I didn't cook those eggs enough. I don't really like them running like that. But it's too late now. Once it's on the plate, I'm not going back for it. Well, that was a good bite. Okay. I know some of you weirdos like to watch people eat, so here's a few bites for you. If you have learned anything, and if you enjoyed this video so far, please think about giving a follow so you can have some more tips and I can inspire more people, because you know how the algorithm works. It's YouTube 2024. You know the drill. Fucking follow if you like it. If in fact you want some more hands-on guidance, feel free to click the links too. I'm available, but I'm not trying to sell you that. Otherwise, I will give tons of free value here. So if you just watch and give me a follow, you never have to spend a dime with me if you do not want to. Remember, like I said, anybody can find and make a workout plan and a nutrition plan, but if you want to get it personally from me and get my accountability, that's where I can definitely help you out. So feel free to check it out. That's it.